Dangerfield, Dangerfield. All right there. Oh, it's Friday, early evening in Phnom Penh, and I'm very excited. Admittedly, a shower now is essential. You get accustomed to your own smells, don't you? But you know it's time to scrape it off when you get the occasional whiff of it and you think, what the fuck is that? And then you realise it's you. If in future they manage to find some kind of code that was embedded in videos that gives away the smell of someone, I will surely be assassinated for this video. It is a little bit intense here right now, but in many ways it's inspiring me, it's motivating me, it's the fuel, because oh gosh, I'll be in that shower and like I say, it's Friday night, bit of music on, I'm thinking Perfect Miracle from the new Spiritualise album, which is out next month, but they've released some teasers, bit of that, bit of the Dove on my what's it, a squashy, and I'll be in there, I wish that I could sit and write you a perfect miracle. Oh, very exciting. Then it's off to the restaurant over the road where I'll have this kind of beef curry and rice. You get a little sort of garlic soup with it and a few other bits like a little bit of salads and that. I'll have a nice ice cold lager in there. All in $6. I'm saying $6. Lovely. Then a tuk-tuk into town, $1. And here we go. And I was thinking about what I'm going to wear. I've got two outfits. I've got like a three-piece suit without the jacket because it's too hot, or a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. And I started just considering what messages a tie and a waistcoat and a pair of shoes gives here. You know, not in some mad parrot. I wasn't sitting there going, oh God, what shall I wear now? What are they going to think of me? Just having a casual consideration of cultural codes and what that might think. And I was thinking about the suit. And then I remembered years ago when I was a mod. Now I was born in 72, so this wasn't the original mods of the mid-60s London, but there was a mad revival. Now if you don't know, quick background, mid-60s mods characterised by wearing very nice tailored suits, green American Army parka, an M1 parka, the ones they wore in Vietnam, fishtail at the back, usually a big hood, lovely coats. I had one, we'll get to that. So nice suits, and those, they would, their enemy was the rockers who wore leather and they rode big motorbikes. Whereas the mods rode Italian stylish bikes because they were mods, they were modern, they were of mode, they were a la mode. And they would ride Vespas and Lamborettas. Wow, nice man, with all that. So there was a mad mod revival in about 1980, I think, 81. So while I'm still loving me Adam and the Ants, Kings of the Wild Frontier, first album was Dirk Wears White Socks, Kings of the Wild Frontier, Prince Charming, incredible. Suddenly, what was it, Public Affair? These sort of weird mod songs. I mean, you've always had the Jam, and the Jam had the look as well with the boating blazer and all that. So this has appeared, and there was a sponsored walk at my school, and I saw this group of mods. Really weird. Just like 20 blokes and girls in like parkas and suits. Because you could wear anything you wanted on the sponsored walk. It was a non-school uniform day. And I hung around with them, and they were listening to this mod revival music. Do you remember the song? What is it? This is the time for action. This is the time to be free. Said this is the time to be free. Oi, oi, oi. Bit of that. And I hung around with them, and I felt part of them, and they took me in. All older blokes. And then one of the younger kids, I think he was the one who knew some of them, like a kid called Michael, he introduced me into them, and me and him became mods. And my mum and dad got me a parka. It was the day the Harrods bomb blew up. When Harrods blew up, it was bombed in the 80s. That's when I got my parka. Look it up, you'll get the dates right, because I can't remember. And I was taken up there by Pete Downing, a London cabbie, and his family. Poof, went Harrods. And in those days, Carnaby Street was all mod stuff, because that was the fashion. And it was all out on the street in boxes, and a lot more of a hectic, sort of mad, organic, almost place, Carnaby Street. Then I ended up living just one road away from Carnaby Street. Took me a minute to get there. But yeah, I was up there, 11 years old, with my Mod Parker. My Mod Parker dragged along the ground. It was so big and I was so small. But imagine the look. Nice button-down shirt, boating blazer, little mod blazers. They look like deck chairs, those kinds of patterning. Purple stay-pressed trousers. Get the iron on them, mum. Along that press, lovely. And then a pair of Hush Puppy shoes. Ideally, you'd have a pair of bowling shoes. Oh, the kudos. But that involved going bowling and doing the off with them, and only like one bloke in Dartford done that. Stephen Lake, I think his name was. He was the ace face in Dartford. Quadrophenia, of course, the movie. Certainly helped fuel the mod revival. It was in the bag of videos my granddad nicked from a bloke back in same year, of course. Dropped it off around our house with a VHS player. Loved Quadrophenia. Used to bunk school and watch it with my mate Robert Cherry. Incredible. Looked so good. So yeah, I was a mod. And then this is what struck me about thinking about the story. I mean, there were your modettes. Oh yeah, and because all the mods were older, we'd go to parties up in Hextable, I think, Hawley Road, can't remember. Mod parties, and there'd be Vespers and Laborettas, early 80s. And I'll be there in my Parker, my voice hasn't broken, and my balls haven't dropped, and there'd be proper women modettes, Mary Quant Bobs, tight-fitting kind of rayon, Zion Esther, whatever, some 60s, highly flammable, don't get within 10 feet of a real fire kind of turquoise top, little dog tooth miniskirt. One day one of them gave me a love bite and all the older kids were going, well, that ain't on, is it? He's going to get in trouble for that. And then other ones were going, no, it's cute, look at him, he's enjoying it. And I was just sitting there while this 19-year-old bird sucked my neck with a prepubescent boner. No, she's fine. Of course, it was polar necks and roll necks for the next few days at home, and I got rumbled. And I went, an older mod girl done it in the arcade, she held me down. If only. My mate's sister and her best mate got another one of my mates, and they took a hairdryer to his bollocks. And he was there going, nah! Well, they were holding his legs open and doing it, and I was looking at them. I well fancied her, Maria Letchford, and his sister. Booker was the surname. What was her name? Lisa Booker. Lisa Booker and Maria Letchford had a hairdryer to his balls. I spent about 4 years masturbating about the chance of that happening to me. I go around all the time. No, don't chase me. Oh. So anyway, I'm a mod with my mate Michael, and we hang around together. We go down the arcade together. We talk about clothes and we listen to the jam, and it's all cool. And then one day he goes to me, I'm not going to be a mod anymore. And so much of my little world collapsed. Honestly, I had a mate, I had a group, I had a style, I had something that I was obsessed about. I loved it. And I belonged to a group of older kids. You know, I was part of that little gang. And as soon as he went, no, I'm not doing it anymore, it was awful. Because he was also the one who knew him. It was him who got the parties. It was him, he was the in. And all of them were like 16 through to like 25. There was one of them called Weasel. He used to drive to school on his Vespa, pick me up occasionally. Imagine being in the early 80s and seeing a Vespa zoom up Brent Lane with 2 kids on it in school uniforms and mod parkers. Anyway, Michael's dropped me out and I kept ringing him back. This is long before mobiles. It's the house phone going. I was going, but why? Why? And I was trying not to cry most of the time. I think when I was off the phone, I was actually in tears. I couldn't believe it. And the killer word, the killer line, the killer point was when he went, nah, man. He went, I'm going to be a casual. And I remember thinking, nah, man, all the football, that's football lad stuff. That's all the football hooligan stuff. I ain't got the money for it. I don't know enough about it. It's all new, and I suddenly just felt rejected. And it took me about 6 months, and I sort of slowly, I was still wearing my Parker last year. I've still got one. The old one lasted until I was, 35? Yeah. And I bought a new one. Got to have a mod Parker. But slowly, I stopped being a mod and took on the casual life. Until one day, a mate of mine, Dodgy Dell, he gave me, check out these proper GARMS. Oh, you're going to love this. Inspired by the sportswear the Liverpool football supporters were bringing back from Spain and Italy when they went out there playing European football to watch Liverpool play. They nicked it all, come back, and thus started the casuals. I'm talking Elise. Remember Elise? Feeler. Remember the original Feeler BJ top? Like a beige and blue, sort of yellow. It sort of yellowed a bit over time. But anyway, check out the GARMS he gave me. I had a Pringle. Yeah, Pringle. What do you call it? Without the arms. Can't remember what it's fucking called. Tank top. Pringle tank top with all the diamonds ago. Lovely. Lovely. On top of a white Elise t-shirt. Trousers. Are you ready? Lois. Oh yeah, Lois. If it weren't Lois, it weren't happening. Lois jumbo cords. Do you remember them? You know corduroy? Little 2 mil lines. Your jumbo cords, they're about 6 mil. 6 mil little... like walking around in a load of little flexible Doric columns. So them, and what you had to do when you bought anything Lois, jeans or cords, when you got home, you cut the bit at the bottom of the seam each side of the leg, frayed them all, pulled it apart so that it sat perfectly on your trainer. And my trainer, oh my days, Beyond Borg Deodora. Imagine it with the cut and frayed jumbo cords sitting on it. Oh, now I was there. Amazing. Was well impressed. Every Saturday morning, that's when you went walking around the town centre. Most of you probably done it. You Englanders among us. And I remember putting on all my new stuff that Dodgy Dell had given me. He'd moved on, you know, it was last week's jumbo cords. Couldn't be seen with them up the shed on a Saturday afternoon. And I've gone down Dartford in it all, and I think I had a leather hunter jacket. And I was a proper casual. And I had my step wedge. Do you remember them? Little step at the back. The barber just stuck the fucking clippers in, so your hair is parting, flick, with a step at the back. But my hair couldn't do it. Couldn't do that flick. I remember the older kids who had the like fucking Glen Oddle and Waddle perm at the back, flick at the front, like a weird perm mullet flick. And I'd walk along and I'd see them go like that with these big flicks of hair, like, all right, mate, yeah, you all right? Always going like that, they were. And I'd do it. There was not enough hair though. Just, little, no. It's election day here today, and the pipes have been straining all day. It's got to be connected. So yeah, that was it really. After I was a casual, then I got a job at Jean Genie, a denim shop in Dartford. And then I suddenly tried to be normal for about 6 months. I mean, I was going to the nightclubs in town. Yeah, flicks. Hey, let's go to Pizzazz. Let's go out to Romford. Woo! Yeah, dancing. What is that music? I found loving, but I really didn't mean it. What is that genre? Is that just dance music? Alexander O'Neill, all that little fatback band? They were all the same. Womack and Womack. What was that one? Teardrops on the dance floor. Remind me, baby, of you. And I'll tell you why I know that. Because that was my song with this girl. It was our song. I hated it. What is it? Teardrops on the dance floor. Remind me, baby, of you. Something else in the powder room. And the music don't sound like it did when I heard. Horrible. But what is that music? Someone put it in the comments. Just sort of like, whoa, you wanna... And I was wearing chinos, fucking chinos. Pamplemousse sweatshirt with like black and grey stripes. Oh yeah, pamplemousse. I got my chinos on. I got some loafers on. That didn't last long. Fuck's sake, I ended up... the weird thing about that was I'd be in that nightclub with my chinos on, or a shirt and pamplemousse. Just straights. These are the straightest people I'd ever hung around with. And I saw it happen in about 3 weeks. It turned into acid house. Honestly, all of a sudden, the place was full of smiley T-shirts. And then there was people still in their chinos going, acid, acid, to that, what's that, D-mob? We call it acid. If you thought it was a drug. Now you know you're wrong. You hear it in the future of Spectrum. We call it acid. Acid, acid. And all these straights were like this sort of lark. Do you remember it? Acid. And there was no drugs there. No one was taking drugs. They were drinking gin and tonic. It was. And this was before ecstasy. And then LSD was coming into that scene. What was it? Girl, I'll house you. You in my house now. when I'm in your house. Jungle Brothers and all that. And then that strange, what is it? It Takes Two, Rob Bass. DJ Rob Bass, wow, and easy rock. Hit it. It takes two to make a thing go right. Woo! Strange times. Yeah, and then I went to art college, got my dreadlocks, and fucked my life